You may have been that said that one thing that just opened a new case, and this. Oh, wait a minute, you were. Let me come on by, holler at me. Now you know you ain't got the money.
You were at Roscoe's when P&B Rock was. Okay, come here, come here.
You know something. You know something. And one thing about the post, them folks, they don't believe a damn thing you say to each other, but they want to hear. All I got was a Skull special and an Obama special. I really no. You said you was there. That means you saw something. You talked about it years later. So that means you know a lot more. Plus, you had time to do your street research to tell us something. So you definitely a source of information. Start talking.
Yeah.
Yeah. My boys.
Now,
clout junkies. Yep, clout junkies.
Cloud junkies, man. Let's keep this this pushing, Lonzo, because there's a few more things I want to break down with this specific story. But before I do that, I'm gonna ask everybody to hit that like button. Now that we're halfway through the show, I knew this show would fly by, man. I love doing shows like this. Great information from my dude Lonzo Williams, the Godfather of West Coast hip hop. If you like what you hear, hit that subscribe button. Please check out some of our old videos, our old interviews. We have a really, really good catalog right here on this channel. And definitely tell a friend. And don't forget to hit that like button. Now, let's break this down a little bit more, Lonzo. I saw something in the chat, and this is something that I would love to discuss with you. Someone in the chat, let me give them their proper love. Rock Fresh says, Adam and Vlad. Oh, that's homie Rock. What up, man? Adam and Vlad ask cop questions. Never has nothing to do with music or business. Now, I'm going to put my 2 cents in, and then I would love for yours, Lonzo. I agree. Adam and Vlad, they do ask some cop questions. However, just because someone asks you a question doesn't mean you have to answer it. I don't know. Break that down, Lonzo. What do you think?
You know, I've been asked cop questions on interviews in the past. I've been asked questions that could cause a problem if I answer them correctly or answer them at all. And that's when your brain got to kick in. Your common sense, your street knowledge has to kick in. See, no, I'm not touching that one, Doc. I'm not touching that one. I don't need the headache. I don't need the extra attention. And that's what a lot of people can't do. They can't discern between attention or clout chasing. Okay, I enjoy doing what I enjoy doing this show with us, but I wasn't going to. I would not name names on this. I could speak on the. I would speak on the circumstances, but the streets are too small for me to say this stupid blah blah. I'm not going to do that. Streets too small. I go everywhere. And I don't have to look over my shoulder. So if certain things, by being too specific, can make things too personal and put a target on your back. And that's just what happens. When you speak too specifically about a situation, a person, or whatever the case may be, you put a target on your back, whether it be personal or from the law enforcement. You put a target on your ass. And that's something most smart cats won't do.
Yeah, Freddie B has a great line. This is a deep line from Freddie B. He says, they used to do it for the money. Now it's done for likes. That is crazy, Lonzo. That's true right there. I mean, I'll be damned if I go viral and not monetize off of it. But there's people who've gone viral 5-6 times and they're still broke as hell. It's crazy how that they'll do it for the likes instead of the money, man. That was unheard of back in the day.
Well, think about this, man. A lot of cats, and this goes back deeper than just the social media. A lot of guys have crashed and burned and gone broke for oohs and ahs. Think about this for a second. A lot of guys have crashed and burned and gone broke for like, oh man, homeboy. I'll never forget, man. A partner of mine got a car back in the day, and he couldn't afford it. He knew he couldn't afford it, but he got it. He bought it, put some rims on it. He was the first one in the hood that had this badass car with some rims on it, and everybody, every time he came out in the street, oh man, that's a badass car. And 4, 5, 6 months later, the car was gone because he knew he couldn't afford it, but he had it anyway. He wanted that attention, and some cats, man, just need a digital hug. And that's what I think they want, a digital hug from somebody. Somebody got paying some attention. So they get them a digital hug by saying some shit that they had never been to saying. And a lot of these cats didn't have any men around them to give them the codes of the streets, you know, and it just makes them do and say things that could probably be resolved if they had a real live hug as opposed to a digital hug or got some attention. You know, cats do things to get attention. I used to watch that boy Crip Mac. You know, I never met a guy like him in person, but I knew he was going to crash and burn at some point in time because he needed too much attention. He all on the face, and that's all he said was the magic word, and he had to be super this and super that, and all fighting on the internet, and you know, threatening to whoop people, and you know, he just was too out there, and it was only a matter of time before he flamed out. It's the same thing with rappers. You know, folks say and do anything to get some attention, and like I said in the past, they skyrockets. You see them, pop. You never see them again because they have no sustainability.
It's funny that you mentioned Crip Mac. You know, 3 big stars from No Jumper have got sent to jail or prison within the past couple of years. Crip Mac, 4 Extra, who was supposed to be the next big star, but before he could, he got locked up. Adam hired him, and now this guy, Brick Baby, big star, probably the biggest star on the channel, if not in urban media, you know, at that time. But 3 people on one platform. You would think they would learn from their predecessors before them, but they just keep on talking.
It's the same reason why cats keep going to jail for selling dope. They always think they are smarter than the cat before them. I ain't gonna put my dope in. I ain't gonna keep it over here. I'm gonna put it over here in my left shoe, not my right shoe. That's how homeboy got caught. He kept it in his right shoe, or he kept it in his car. I'm gonna do something different, and it's only a matter of time. Then you talking all the time. You know, when back in the 80s, when doing the crack era was cracking era was cracking. Cats, man, soon they made some money. They got all the bling, go down to the Slaughter swap meet, blinged up, tennis shoot up, the suit, the Sergio Tachinis and the whatever suits, and you wore that uniform of pride, then you wonder why the police pulled you over. Oh man, somebody snitching. Dude, you got back then, dating wires was $5,000. You got a Mustang 5.0 with dating wires. You got on more jewelry than Mr. T ever thought about wearing, and you riding around in the hood. It's probably a good chance you might have a gun someplace. Let's pull you over and just see what we come up with.